The- an important concept, the circulatory system. When we talk of circulatory system, we are talking about how blood moves around our body. Okay, with the circulatory system, we start with the master of the circulatory system, and this is just a full view of the human body. Every human being is having this kind of tubes in him or her. Every human being is having this kind of tools in him or her. So we are going to the master part, then we come back to them. Okay, so this is the master part. This is the master part. Okay, so this is the master part. This is the master part, and that is the heart. Okay, so today we want to put the heart in focus. We want to put the heart in focus. Now, when we pick the heart, the mammalian heart or the human heart is compartmentalized into four. We have four compartments. Okay, so we have the atrium, we have the superior vena cava, and then we have the other side of it. This one is the inferior vena cava, superior vena cava, and then the inferior vena cava. This part is the inferior vena cava. Why is it called inferior? The superior vena cava takes blood from the human head and the neck to the heart, and then the inferior ones take it from places like our legs and other things also into the heart. So this part, the atrium, the right atrium, that is the first part that receives blood without oxygen from our body. It receives blood without oxygen from our body. So when it receives it here, then it pumps into what we call the right ventricle. So the blood will fall into the right ventricle. Then the heart will pump the blood from the right ventricle to the pulmonary artery. The pulmonary artery, and that is the only artery on the human body that carries deoxygenated blood. So that artery, pulmonary artery, will send the blood to our lungs. Then in the lungs, the blood will receive oxygen. After receiving oxygen in the lungs, the blood will come back to the heart through another channel. And that channel is what we call the pulmonary vein. This is the pulmonary vein. So the blood from the lungs will come through into the heart through the pulmonary vein into the left atrium. The left atrium is the super chamber in which blood enters the heart from the lungs. So it will enter here, and that is oxygenated blood. Then it will go back to, it will fall into the left ventricle. So in the left ventricle, the heart will pump the blood under high pressure through the aorta, and then the aorta will send it to the parts of the body. The aorta will pump the blood under pressure to all parts of the body. But I remind you, have you seen the blue? You can see we have the one that I have just selected. Then we call it the coronary vein. They are those that takes deoxygenated blood from the heart muscles to the heart. And then we have the other one, the red one, which is the red one is known as the coronary artery. Coronary arteries, they are those that supplies the heart muscles with oxygen. Coronary artery, they are those that supply the heart muscles with oxygen. So the blood from the heart through the aorta will be pumped to all parts of the body. So as we see the color red here as the arteries, so every artery that we see is red. We use the color red because it contains the red blood cell, that is the hemoglobin, which combines with oxygen to form oxyhemoglobin, and that is the one that carries oxygen into all cells in the human body. Okay, so this is the heart muscles, and it's supposed to be strong. So these coronary arteries and coronary veins, if you have a lot of fat around your heart and now they are blocked, they can't carry oxygen to your heart. That is why when you do small thing, your heart will be beating and you are tired, right? Okay, so that is it. So that is the heart. So once you exercise more, it melts the fat around your heart, and for that matter, you will not get tired early. Now let's put it in focus and look at how the heart works. how it works. Okay, let's look at it. Okay, this is how the heart works. Okay, so look at it. So it will receive blood through this is the superior, and then the inferior is down there. It will take it, bring it in, and then it will pump it through here to the lungs for oxygen to be given to the blood, and then it will come back to the heart through this portion. That is the pulmonary vein, and that is the only vein that carries blood with oxygen or oxygenated blood. Then it will fall into the atrium here, the top here. Then it will go down into the left ventricle. So in the left ventricle, the heart will pump the blood under high pressure, very high pressure, and then it will move to all parts of the body. So when you are sitting down, you can put your hand on your chest, in the left hand side of your chest, and then you can feel this same sound, which is the sound of your heart. You see it beating this way when you are at rest. But when you are working hard, or you are running, or you're walking, it pumps faster. So as I was talking about in the other diagram showing you the past, so this we can observe the coronary arteries, the red strips in it. That is the coronary arteries. They are the arteries or vessels that give the heart muscles oxygen. And then we have the coronary veins. They are those that takes deoxygenated blood from the heart muscles to the heart itself. Okay, so that is how the heart of a human being works. Okay, now let us go into the arteries I'm talking about. Okay, so in our human body, we have the arteries. So the arteries, they supply the cells of our body with blood with oxygen. So look at it. We have them in there. So after they have supplied our body with oxygen and the body has made use of the oxygen, what happens is that the blood must come back to the heart. But coming back to the heart, they cannot pass through the same arteries back to the heart. They cannot pass through the same arteries back to the heart. So they need to go and find another chamber back to the heart. And that is the veins. So you see, the veins are blood vessels that carries deoxygenated blood, that is blood without oxygen, back to the heart. Blood without oxygen, and they are colored blue because they are deoxygenated. They carry deoxygenated blood. Okay, so they bring it back to the heart for the heart to function. So in the normal human structure, you see this. In us, we have this blue and then the red. Okay, the red is dipped in our body because they transfer blood under very high pressure. So they are buried deep under our skins. Not like the blue ones that they are on the surface of our skins. These ones are very deep in our skin. So that is the circulatory system of the human. The circulatory system. Now within the arteries and the veins, we call them the blood vessels. And so blood vessels, they are just tubes through which blood circulates. Okay, so we have the arteries and then the veins. We have the intermediary, that is what we call the capillaries. They are also blood vessels that serve as an exchange point between the veins and then the arteries. Okay, so let's look at something. Okay, let's look at the heart that we are talking about. So the heart, you can see the heart here. We have the heart is a muscular organ in most animals. So when you read here, in humans and other mammals and in birds, the heart is divided into 4 chambers. So in humans and even cow and others, we have 4 chambers of the heart. Okay, so we have the left and the right atria, that is the atrium, and then the pleura is atria, then and lower left ventricles. Okay, so as I had explained in earlier, so all these things that we have here. Okay, you can read oxygenated blood then returns to the left atrium, passes through the left ventricle, and is pumped out through the aorta to the systemic circulation, where the oxygen is used and metabolized to carbon dioxide. Okay, so sometimes we ask ourselves, we don't breathe in carbon dioxide, but we breathe out carbon dioxide. Why? Now the food that we take, that is starch, is glucose, and glucose contains a lot of carbon dioxide, carbon compounds. So when oxygen reacts with the glucose, it breaks it down, and then the carbon compounds some of them turn into carbon dioxide. That is why we breathe out carbon dioxide. Okay, so this is the circulatory system basically. Okay, you can read more about it and then also get more information. Thank you.